All right, folks. This right here is another episode of the Kickback Podcast. It's your boy Chris Lee and your boy.
So Lee.
All right, man. So we last night we had a opportunity to get the fellas together to do a episode, a gaming contest rather, which is King of Gaming tournament. It was fun.
Yeah.
Fun. We had a lot of fun playing different games. We had the Switch out, the Xbox, the PlayStation. I'm gonna do a quick roll call of everybody that attended. Obviously, so Lee was here, came all the way down from Durham to participate, hang with us. Had my brother-in-law Devin Banks came through, whooped everybody ass in Madden. So then we had my father-in-law Rob came through as well. My boy Alan, my boy Cloudy, my boy Mark came through as well. And then, of course, I had some other friends that couldn't attend, had some things to come up. Shout out to Tug. Shout out to everybody else who was invited that couldn't show up. We understand. But so we're going to get into this. I'm going to start with Solely, kind of let him tell y'all what his favorite games was last night, what games he enjoyed playing, what his experience was, and what he thought of last night.
Well, last night I really enjoyed Fight Night.
Fight Night was good.
Fight Night was good,
Fight
man.
Night was good.
And the Capcom versus Marvel.
Yeah.
Capcom. Yeah. That was my first time playing that.
Really?
That was my first time ever playing it.
Wow, that was a pretty solid game.
Yeah, man. And Killer Instinct.
Yes.
I was surprised I got you in it.
Yeah, man. Shoot, like I thought if Alan got over there, Alan go probably get him, but then you end up getting Alan a couple of times. Like, damn, like so he's kicking off on everybody. Like he wouldn't get off the Xbox, y'all. Like he had the Xbox on lock. Like people were scared to play him, and he would just knock him. Like,
and I'm not even an Xbox player, man.
Yeah.
So
he held it down for the Xbox. Like he did his thing, man. We had quite a few good rounds in Killer Instinct. Quite a few good rounds. Well, not from me and him, but from him and my boy Mark had some good rounds in Fight Night. I got skunked by him and everybody else when it comes to those two games. I didn't do all that well. We played Tekken though. Tekken was solid. Like Tekken got everybody kind of like involved. Tekken is a classic game. If everybody played Tekken before, so we definitely jumped on that. Had a great time. Tell me, Solely, does this kind of remind you of growing up with your boys and like having your friends come over after school?
Yeah.
And like everybody's like, yo, I got this new game. I'm gonna bring it over. We're gonna play it. Ask your mom and say cool.
Yeah, ask your mom if I can come over. I spend the night.
Yeah. Oh my God, boy, that was the day you spend the night. Your homie brings, did you bring your controller? Because back then you had a console, you only had one controller, right? So did you bring yours? Yeah. So that reminded me of those days, man. Like we both in our 30s, and it still is a real fun moment to get the guys together and just drink, chill, play the games, vibe. It's not enough of that going on, man. And, and it's okay to be in your 30s and game. Don't let nobody tell y'all different, fellas. Don't let nobody scare y'all away from enjoying yourselves and whatever it is, whether it's not game or whatever it is. But
you can still get your money and everything.
Yeah, you still get your money. Yeah.
You still have some fun,
You still have some fun, man. Most definitely. Yeah, like it's cool having the guys together because we tend to not get together as much as female does, The women, they'll get together over anything. Like they'll go together to do anything. With us, we almost got to get permission slips almost in a sense. And not that we have to, but it's a mental thing. We feel like, I can't hang out tonight because I don't wife or whatever. But, surprisingly, my wife, the one who put this thing together, shout out to Crystal.
Man, that food was great too, man.
It was. Yeah, you had 3 plates. I watched. You had 3 plates, man. You got up there.
No, I was actually giving it to people.
You were giving it to people. Oh, okay, good. Okay. He was giving it to people. But the food was good. The food was good. Like everybody had a great time eating, man. Like we had like one of those nights, man, where it felt like nobody really wanted to go home. Like I know a couple of guys say, "Yo, about to grow loud." you put a game on, they sit down and get a few rounds in. It was like you lose track of time.
Yeah, definitely, man.
You lose track of time.
I had a great time, man.
Right.
Great time.
So tell me, like, what was your favorite game to play with your buddies growing up, though?
My favorite game to play with my buddies was Mario Kart for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
And 007 on GoldenEye.
That was good. Good.
Yeah.
Shout out to my father-in-law, Rob. Those were that's his 2 games to go to. They had Techno Bowl. He wouldn't touch the controllers because he said in his words, I'd rather not take no L's tonight, And that's cool because he still was the commentary that we needed to kind of keep everybody like in the zone and everything. He was definitely the commentary everybody needed. So much appreciated. Mine growing up was actually Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter.
Okay.
Those were my games because I wasn't never really good in fighting with sport games like Madden 2K or back in the days it was called Live or I wasn't now Blitz. I don't know if you remember Blitz.
Man,
now I was good in that because you didn't have to really win. It was just who hit the other one hard, So I was good at that, But Devin, he is he's the champion of the sports division last night. So he won the one for the sports, and then the tie was between Mark and my boy Soli, which I'm trying to upload that footage, guys. Them boys slugged it out, and like honestly, they both was nice. Like his brother don't own an Xbox and don't play Fight Night like that in a regular. Let's see, he ain't telling us something, but he just got on there and just was like nice. I'm talking about not even button mashing, like parries, combos. Like he was just like beating everybody's ass, bro, and it was just like crazy.
First round
knockout. Nobody made it past first round with his brother, and it wasn't that he had one player and he was just spamming everybody. He switched it up and it was still getting everybody. And him and Mark went at it, man. It was a 9-minute match. A 9-minute match. They went to almost 4 or 5 rounds, and them boys was getting it in, and Mark eased it through. But shout out to Mark, man, to be the champion in the fighting division. So last night. We all knew it was going to be Sean because he was just beating everybody's ass. But that, hey, them boys slugged it out, man. So we hope to do more of this for real, though.
Yeah,
like we hope this ain't the last one, man. Like all the guys were like, man, we should do this more often. Last night we did one late because I had to work, so I had to get out for work and do it. But we gonna try to make a day of it so we can just kind of like stretch out and not really be rushing and not have to text the wife, "I'll be back. I'm on the road right now." And you just start another game in reality. So we're going to try to get everybody together, man, again. Another thing, so tell me, what do you recommend for at this point in time in life, a good party game for people out here watching this and they're like, I want to get the fellas together, but what's a good game where everybody can participate? Whether if we played last night or not, but what you think would be a good party game?
A good party game, I don't know what it's called, but it's like you do different you go heads up with another person. It's like a trivia game. I know they had it for PS3, something like that. I know they got some more spin-offs of it now, but it was this trivia game, and you got this host, and he asking you all these questions, and you just try to go up different levels. You reach the highest level, and then you win. But and then if you get one wrong, then you drop down some levels, and then the other person's up. I can't think of the name of it. But yeah, that's a good one. I was gonna try to get the Monopoly on PlayStation, because that looked fun.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and definitely that Capcom versus Marvel.
Games like that, honestly, like a lot of people kind of like really don't really know that you can play Monopoly and stuff like Uno and all that on consoles, and you can. And it's still fun. It's still fun. I tell anybody, man, like it doesn't have to be consoles. You can play like trivia games, like you and Ty not long ago brought out this Martin trivia game. It's really cool, really fun, man. It's like catchphrases from the show, and then you got to say it in the tone, and whoever says the best. It don't always have to be consoles. It's just games kind of give you the let your hair down, effect to where you don't have to be tight. You can just have fun. You can drink, whatever you like to do, and just have a great time and vibe. I had fun with the guys, man, although I was losing. But I had fun to have everybody over, man. And I think games like Ninja Turtles, if you haven't played Ninja Turtles Shredder Revenge, yeah, that's a really good party game. You can play, I think, up to 6 people, if I'm not mistaken. And everybody can vibe in it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can play. You get it on Switch. You got it on the PlayStation, also on the Xbox. It's free on Xbox Game Pass. If you're an Xbox user and you got it at home, you can download it on Game Pass. Also on Switch. If you do have it on Game Pass, I have it on Game Pass as well. You can find me at Omega King X22. That's my handle. I don't know my handle on Switch right offhand, but I'll make sure I put in the comments once this is posted. Solely got it here. We're gonna have him to put his drop his name down in the comments for the Switch, because we try to get a game together, man. And the new Ninja Turtles came out, and I haven't gotten it yet. Alan was telling me about it. We was going to play it last night, but everybody just kind of got so tied up and moving different directions to different TVs, man. But we need to do that too. Play that game as well. Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage is a good one. That's a classic one. That's on all systems now. You know, everybody nowadays play like Call of Duty and stuff. You know, and that's cool. But you can't do that like old school how we grew up on one TV. You know.
Everybody different color controllers, and you just like
remember that
everybody got their
own controller, man. You had the cables, and you had to make sure it was untangled. You had one buddy who had a broken controller. Man, this don't work, man. You know, that was fun. That what made friendships back then the shit, because when you got all you think about in school was I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna go to Solis' house. He got the new Marvels at Camp Con. My mom already said I could stay the night. Like, and you stay up all that Friday night, all night long, playing games, eating junk food, talking crap in the kitchen, eating all of your mama's sandwiches, you know. But that was that what made it fun, man. Like that stuff like that, I missed. Being that you have online gaming and you can game with your buddy across seas or in a different town, different state, but it doesn't have that. That fun factor when you got your buddy right next to you, you know.
True.
So I definitely enjoyed this tournament, man. I don't want to take up the whole show, man. Tell me what do you think will be a cool guys' night out? Like, it don't have to be gaming related. Like, what is your idea of a cool guys' night out?
A cool guys' night out. Definitely food would be in the mix.
Yeah, you gotta eat, man.
Gotta eat.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everybody bowlers or not, you know. So definitely bowling, man. I went a couple weeks ago. I hadn't been in years, man. Right. And I surprised myself.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I was pretty nice, man. I was pretty nice. And but yeah, man, something like that, you know, I'm open to, you know, doing stuff. Yeah, man. So as long as I'm having fun and I'm with people, you know, I enjoy them, I'm cool.
That's me too, man. I think a good guys' night out, it could vary. Me, I like to go to like a sports bar, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Got like pool tables. You got the old school game arcades there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe bowling, you know, drinks, everybody getting a little tipsy, man. Just kind of like vibing. You know, with us, man, guys don't got to do much, man, for us to have a good time. It's just the fact that if it's more than 2 of us there, and not to be funny, without the wives on our backs, it's like, oh shit, we got so much time to do activities, you know? So we like, we're like stepbrothers, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you trying to figure out, like, you don't know what to do, but you're going to do something, you know?
Yeah.
But nah, that's cool though, man. I think it's cool, man, for, you know, you and your brothers to bond, hang out, man. You know, just find something cool to do, fun to do. You know what I'm saying? You can go to like Dave and Buster's or something. You can go to like arcades, or you can go whatever you and your buddies vibe and doing, man. It's definitely healthy to vibe with your boys. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with hanging out with your boys just because you're married, just because you're in a relationship, just because you got full-time jobs, whatever the Achilles heels may be. You always got to vibe with your boys. You know what I'm saying? Because you create great memories, you strengthen bonds, and it's definitely healthy towards your mind, because a lot of times we as fellas, we go through things mentally, and we are traditionally are raised not to talk about what we deal with internal. So a lot of times just hanging out with somebody can just be therapy. You don't understand it. Sometimes just hanging with your boy can just be the therapy you need. You don't got to talk about what's on your mind or what's bothering you, but that presence alone is therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely something worth doing with you guys. Whatever it is you do, whatever bonds y'all.
Yeah.
But man, I love the tournament, man.
Yeah, man. It was good to laugh and meet new people, because
yeah, meet new people, man. I didn't think I'd get beat as much as I did last night, though. I really didn't. I swear I did not. I trained all for the last 3 days in Tekken. I trained on all these games we played, and I got beat like badly on all these games. I'm like, damn, like it made me feel like shit. Am I trash? I know I ain't trash. But nah, everybody had wins and losses. That's the fun part about it. There wasn't nobody last night that just not a gamer and just got their ass smacked the whole time. Because a lot of times you have that one friend that always get beat in the game, but then they want to fight you for real. You know what I'm saying? We can't beat me for real. You can't beat me for real. You can't go outside. You know, you got that one friend that want to throw hands with you because he can't beat you. But nah, we all had a great time. Like,
yeah, man.
It was cool, man.
It was dope, boy.
It was cool. It was cool. Everybody kind of like, it just, although like a few of them didn't know each other before because they were mutual friends of me. But like, for example, Mark and Soli here, they was the first two here. And as soon as I'm like going on the house, trying to get things ready, helping Crystal out. And again, shouts out to the wife for being awesome, cooking for everybody. So I'm trying to help her. And those two in the room just talking like they just been friends forever, like, just chopping it up. And, just really having a great conversation. And like I said, man, it's really cool when you have mutual friends that can just get together, don't know each other, know of each other perhaps, but then just boom, like, all right, that's one thing that you don't have enough of, because everybody in this age range, it feels like you only know your wife friends or other married friends that y'all meet mutually. And a lot of times you may have friends or high school buddies that you're like, man, I wonder what they're doing. I want to hang out with them, So that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, everything, man. Everything was good.
Yeah.
It was good last night, man.
Yeah.
Plus, I ain't have to drive 2 hours back home.
Right.
That
would have been bad. Yeah. That would have been bad. 2 hours long. You always welcome. I told, I think, when my wife was setting everything up, she was picking the Avengers team of friends. And those she couldn't get up with, guys, she did this without me knowing. So those who wasn't technically invited, she didn't know how to get in contact with a lot of you because she didn't mention it after the fact. And I didn't know until she told me, oh, by the way, I got a list of people coming and these who are coming. And oh, dang, for real, So, but in the next tournament, we could try to get more people involved. So this is just in its infancy right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm glad he didn't drive 2 hours, man. Like, she was like, oh yeah, Sean can stay in the spare room, Sodi can stay in the spare room.
Yeah, man.
And
that was clutch.
That was clutch, man, because he had to drive the farthest, 2.5 hours almost.
Oh, I'm ready to.
2 hours, what I'm saying, all the way from Durham. So, and all the other fellas would want to welcome to stay if they had to, but we don't want a whole group of wives knock on the door, like an angry mob. So, but I do appreciate that. Another thing, man, what do you think, like, far as fighting games that growing up you was like the man at? Like, could nobody touch Soli? Like, you was the guy.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Street Fighter, yeah. Who was your favorite character?
Ryu and Ken.
Ryu and Ken, yeah. That's clutch. I was trash in Street Fighter, actually. I was always bad. I mean, I was decent. I held a good fight. My favorite character was Vega.
Okay.
And then I had Kimmy. I think her name's Kimmy. The girl, she's like a Marine or something like that.
Okay,
yeah. Those were my two favorites. Now, I don't have a great impressive record in that, but my favorite fighting game growing up, oh my God, it would probably have to be Tekken.
Okay.
Tekken, because it was different than Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. It had its own twist to it. and it really had a different element. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like fatalities. It wouldn't, but you did really have cool move sets. And I remember when it came, I think it was a PlayStation, the first PlayStation actually, it came out on. And I remember I come home from school and I would train or play with different characters in martial law. That's his real name. It's who I used to play with. And I used to, every day I would learn new move sets and just train with new move sets and trying to figure out this. Because back then you had Game Informers where you could go to your local store and they had like all the game, the different cheat codes or the different ways to do combos. So you didn't have YouTube back then. You had to read a little manual and you said, okay, if I do up, down, left, right, that'll do this. Mm-hmm. So I stay home every day after school playing with martial law and just learning all his move sets. The move we kind of run up on top. You do a backflip. I had to learn that, and that was like the coolest thing about fighting games growing up was learning the skill sets and using it in a real fighting match, like using it against your buddy when he come over. He's unaware that you about to straight beat some ass. Like he's unaware, blindsided, and you like, I'm about to do all these move sets I practice. And it was cool because your boys was doing the same thing. They like, well, I've been practicing with this person. As soon as you get together and you put your move sets you learn, he put the move sets he learned, and who's the best. Yeah. And that was what it was. You shit talk all through school. And because you knew you was the man at it. Yeah. You was the man at it, man. We had Marco. Mark is actually a champion of Street Fighter, believe it or not. Like he's a real life champion of Street Fighter in the game contest they had here. So, to have Mark here, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So the brother is really professional with it. And to have him over here to play with us. And he has this thing where he make you think you're winning. Mm-hmm. Like you be busting ass and then you start getting too comfortable. You start talking shit. He be halfway to death. Like I'm talking about one more hit to kill him. Yeah. And he'll just walk the dog on your ass all the way down and just be looking at you, smiling. I'm like, boy, you're a little butthole, man. He'll make you think it.
I never faced him last night though.
Really? Oh man, you should have had y'all to face each other, man. That would have been good. That would have been good. Because Alan, a beast in Street Fighter as well. He walked the dog on me in Street Fighter. I thought I was the man, and he just said, you know what? But funny story though with me and Alan, when he first got Tekken, he had Tekken before me. And I remember when we got to his house, he bought the game. I watched him take it out the plastic, put it in his Xbox console. At the time, I didn't own an Xbox. I had a PlayStation 4 at the time. Yeah. And this was years, I think back in 2017. And he put the game in, it loaded. And I'm like, I'm a Tekken fan. So like, I want to be the first one to sticks with you because I'm going to get this game too. Yeah. So we got on the sticks and I walked the dog on that, man. I'm talking about walk the dog. It was so bad that his kids and his wife was in there. It was like, just pick another character, Dad. Pick somebody else. And everybody he picked, he picked Kumba. Okay. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm about to do you dirty now. I'm about to do you dirty now. Hold my beard, baby. I'm about to do him dirty. And then he got done dirty. And then so he said these words. Man, I didn't play this game again. I think he took the game back or something. Oh, snap. But he got his revenge. He got his revenge on Street Fighter and just was relentless. Like I think he had quite a few perfect matches actually in Street Fighter with me. I had no licks off and he just walked the dog on me. And I was like, you know what? You got me. I can't do no
man. Another one that I like that I had early on in my gaming life was Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
That was my game right there.
Mortal Kombat was a game that you really had to know how to pull off the fatalities back then. Yeah. Because back then, now it's like back forth for like maybe a few characters and it's all the same. But every character back then had their own button combination to do the fatality. Mm-hmm. So it was a bragging right to be able to do a fatality with at least 3 different people. Yeah, yeah. And that game was the game to me was the grown up version. Like Street Fighter is what you played when you was like 5, 10, But then Mortal Kombat was like 12, 13, 14. That was like the game you had blood, you had gore, you had demons, you fighting devils, you know what I'm saying? So that was the game where you really started picking up like speed on gaming. And we didn't play that last night, surprisingly. That's crazy. We didn't play it last night. That's crazy. That was to be one of the games we played. We actually played Tekken, Madden, Killer Instinct, Fight Night, and it did Marvel vs. Capcom. So we didn't play Mortal Kombat, that's crazy. We should have played it. But yeah, that was one of the games where you really had to be good. It wasn't a button masher back then. Now it is. They make everything button mashers.
Yeah.
So when I first got it for this Mortal Kombat 11, Crystal, my wife, was the first person to play it with me because she's like, "Let me play you one time." So, all right, and beat the shit out of me. Like 3 matches. It's so bad that she called her brother Devin and was like, "Yo, look, I'm beating Chris' ass." He like, and he's in the background like, "Yeah, beat his ass." I'm like, "Damn!" Like, so
I want to face Crystal, yo.
Yeah.
I heard a whole lot about her last night. That she just be
she's
wiping everybody out. Like,
she's nasty, man. Like, and I feel like, you know, if it was the next time if we do it with like co-eds, you have the wives to come over, I'm willing to bet and I put money up. My wife will beat any of my friends' wife in Mortal Kombat. I say that and I stand by. Next thing Tiger come out like, I know all the combos, nigga. You don't understand. But nah, man, it was fun. She played her uncle when we went on in Florida not long ago, and she did him dirty too, man. And he was unaware his niece was that nice. Man. So but yeah, man, Mortal Kombat is definitely a game. Is one of the best fighting games of all time, if not the best fighting game of all time. It's so many other fighting games we didn't play but last night because, bro, I'm telling you guys, when we got on games, my idea was, okay, we can do a few matches on this game and jump to this one, a few matches in this game and jump to that one. But it's like when you got on one game, everybody's like, let me get a piece of that. Let me get a piece of that. Let me run that back. You know what I'm saying? So, like, nobody would get off Marvel vs. Capcom for starters. When that game got on TV, nobody got off it. Like, everybody took turns. That was the game that got everybody involved. That's the game everybody like, okay, we'll jump on this. Because a lot of people are scared to take it. It's like, oh, no, you know. But everybody got a Marvel vs. Capcom. And Devin was just like a kid in a candy shop because that's the fighting game he know he can possibly beat me in. Every other thing else he can, but in sporting games I can't fuck with him. But in fighting games, that's the one he knew. He was proud and he ran the gambit on everybody a few times. So, you know, but
yeah, man, I was wanting to play Madden. I didn't get on Madden.
You didn't get on Madden?
I didn't get on Madden.
Man, because you held the Xbox down. No, you somebody had to beat you for you to move to another console, and nobody beat you. So you were just kind of like hold it down like home plate. Like you had to get beaten to move off the throne. Nobody could move you off the throne until the end of the night. But yeah, I'm telling you, that whole night, like this brother was on the Xbox stationary. Like nobody could fuck with him on it.
Man.
Yeah.
That surprised me.
You need to get you one, man. Get your Xbox, man. Because as nice as you are now, just coming over here casually, man, God, imagine how nice you'll be, you know, in time.
I might do that, man.
Right?
Yeah.
So, people, if you have any comments as far as what you think will be a good game for a guy's night or girl's night, girl game, females game too, you know, it ain't just us. So, if you have any suggestions for a game night or whether it's card games, whether it's console games, whether it's games you made up or games you watched on TikTok, put it in the comments and maybe we'll do one of those and we'll do a podcast to let y'all see what we do.
Yeah.
Because I'm open to any different type of game. I'm open whether, you know, like I said, console or not. We want to see what y'all suggestions is or what is y'all experience as far as in gaming or hanging out with the fellas or hanging out with the girls. The winners last night fighting was Mark. Sports was Devin. They both won gas money. That was the award-winning gas money, you know what I'm saying? So they both got blessed with gas money because everybody had to travel. So I figured out what is the best way to award somebody. But they all had to come from somewhere. So, you know, we give everybody, you know, appreciate you for coming. Here's some money put in the gas tank because we know how gas is.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good, man. So when I said that, everybody started playing like their life depended on it. Like it was for blood. Then niggas whooping everybody's ass for that gas money, busting ass. You know, the heat turned up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so you know how serious it is to have gas money nowadays, people. So, but before we go, remember to follow us on the Kickback Podcast page, which is DA Kickback Podcast. Solely let them know where to find you at.
You can find me on One Superband Music on Instagram, and Solely and the Superband. That's SUPERBAND. And my name SOULE. Solely in the Superband. Anywhere, just type it in, and all the stuff will come up.
Yeah. And you can find me at Chris Lee, which is in this corner, one of these corners here, as it's spelled. Also, you can find me on, like I said, the Kickback Podcast page as well. This video will be posted on Facebook, on YouTube, on the Kickback Podcast page, as well as the Chris Lee page. So when you find it, watch it, share it, comment, let us know what you think. Again, would it be a good game for everybody to play and have, or maybe if y'all can show me footage or maybe of what y'all gaming contests look like, and maybe we can just parlay, maybe get something going together.
Yeah.
So appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for stopping through. Peace.
Peace out.
What's up, man?